by Senator Valesky, Legislative Resolution 4680, mourning the death of IBEW Local 43 Business Manager William C. Towsley of Syracuse, New York. Whereas, it is the custom of this legislative body to pay tribute to citizens of the state of New York who distinguished themselves in service to the cause of working men and women. And whereas International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 43 Business Manager William C. Bill Towsley of Syracuse, who died on Wednesday, March 10, 2010, at age 66, was such a man. And whereas William C. Towsley was born in Syracuse, the son of Kenneth and Mary Towsley, he was a graduate of Most Holy Rosary School and served in the U.S. Navy from 1964 to 1968. And whereas the son of a pipe fitter who worked on the Geddes Reservoir, William C. Towsley came to the labor movement naturally. He was an electrician and a member of the IBEW for 41 years. And whereas he had also served many years as president of the Central and Northern New York Building and Construction Trades Council, which currently represents 16,000 workers and retirees. And whereas a passionate Central New York labor leader, William C. Towsley was a man of vision who had a genuine concern for workers and the Central New York community. He fought for minimum wage increases, for low-income housing stock in the area, and for many other things which might not directly affect his membership, but which he knew were good for the community. And whereas known and admired as a man of integrity and dignity, William C. Towsley understood the needs of employers as well, and worked effectively with business owners and leaders, earning their respect as well as that of his union members. And whereas William C. Towsley, in addition, worked tirelessly, generously, sharing his time and vast expertise and experience on behalf of numerous community and charitable organizations. He was a valued member of several boards, including those of the Hospice Foundation of Central New York, the Onondaga County Industrial Development Agency, the Central New York Building Trades Association, the Onondaga Community College, and the Community General Hospital Foundation. And whereas William C. Towsley was predeceased by his wife, Noreen Mullen Towsley, and his two brothers, John and Thomas Towsley, he is survived by his sons, Kenneth, Jennifer, and William of Syracuse, his daughters, Tracy, Nathaniel Walker of Syracuse, and Jennifer Jeremy Metler of Rochester. His children, his grandchildren, Donovan, Colin, Patrick, Bella, and Andrew, several nieces and nephews, and a legion of friends. And whereas William C. Towsley contributed greatly to the cause of working men and women in Syracuse, Central New York, and throughout New York State, and leaves an inspiring legacy for others to follow. Now, therefore, be it resolved that this legislative body pause in its deliberations to celebrate the life and accomplishments of William C. Towsley, recognizing his distinguished service to his profession and his community, and expressing its deepest condolences to his family. And be it further resolved that copies of this resolution suitably engrossed be transmitted to the family of William C. Towsley.
Senator Valesky.
Thank you, Madam President. Madam President, each of us in our lives and duties as elected officials have an opportunity to work very closely with many members of our communities in our district. And as part of that experience, we have the opportunity to work sometimes with some extraordinary men and women who really go above and beyond the call of duty, who truly make a difference in the lives of so many individuals. I have had the chance over the last several years to work with one such individual. Bill Towsley, who Syracuse and Central New York lost on March 10th, 2010, was truly an extraordinary individual. We are joined today in the gallery by four of his children, his daughters, Tracy and Jennifer, his sons, Ken and Bill, also by many members and friends of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, and each and every one of them know in their own personal way what a special person Bill Towsley was. You heard in the resolution that was read that Bill dedicated some 41 years of his professional career to advancing the causes and concerns and issues important to working men and women in Central New York, where he served as the business manager and later the president of the Central and Northern New York Building and Construction Trades Council. We also heard of his selfless and tireless service on so many boards that did so much in Syracuse and Central New York, from the Hospice Foundation to the Onondaga County Industrial Development Agency, to Onondaga Community College, to the Community General Hospital Foundation. And he gave of himself and of his time and of his talents in so many other ways and through so many other organizations. He was always one who stood for what he believed, stood up for what he believed in, and fought each and every day for the values that he held so dear and for which he taught you, I'm sure. Sometimes we also learn an awful lot about a person in how they handle various struggles in their life, and there are those who are called upon to go through a great degree of struggle in their end of life. Bill was asked to do that. And Bill, each and every time I had the opportunity to see him or speak with him, showed the courage with which he carried himself through a very, very difficult period in his life. I can remember one of the last times I saw him in his office. He was telling me how he was in his office at 5:30 in the morning that morning, despite all of the treatments and everything else that he was enduring. He was always someone who kept an incredible spirit about him through those challenges that he was asked to bear. And we, each and every one of us, are a better person for having known and having worked with Bill Towsley. Last week, this Senate unanimously approved a resolution on behalf of the 19.5 million New Yorkers that we represent, 62 senators here represent, expressing our sincere condolences on the loss of an extraordinary individual. And today, please allow me to extend my personal condolences to each and every one of you, his sons, his daughters, his friends, his colleagues, and know that your dad's life was one that touched so many individuals. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Senator.